I'm Ben Data, CEO of Food Maven and a Denver Startup Week co-founder. Denver Startup Week has always been about community. And today, it's more important than ever to show how we can come together to create opportunities out of the challenges that we face. Opportunities for every member of the community. Before we dive in, we want to say a special thank you to our 2020 Denver Startup Week sponsors who make it all possible. Thanks to our title sponsors, Downtown Denver Partnership, JP Morgan Chase, Prologis, and Zero. And our track sponsors who have made all the great content you're hearing today possible. Battery 621 and the Public Works, Capital One Cafe, Colorado Lending Source, Friday Health, Quizlet, Exactly, Zayo, and Zestful. Our headline event sponsors are bringing the excitement this week. Thank you to Wix, Kenzen, MAPR Agency, Obsidian HR, Kickstart Fund, Promontory Mortgage, Molson Coors, and Comcast. Finally, thank you to our partner and member sponsors listed on the screen. Thank you for your support of Denver Startup Week. You help make all of this possible.
At Zayo, our fiber fuels global innovation. Everything we do, everything we can imagine. Never in history has innovation happened at such a rapid pace. And all of it depends on bandwidth connectivity. Millions of miles of Zayo's fiber span the globe, traveling unique routes, providing dense metro footprints, offering next-generation solutions. We didn't just see the future of fiber, we built it. We delivered it. Every millisecond, our fiber is fueling crucial operations, breakthroughs, and innovations for the world's most impactful companies. Companies that are disrupting the status quo, igniting imaginations, revolutionizing industries, and creating brand new ones. Our customers are advancing wireless communication, transforming healthcare, changing education, revolutionizing transportation, redefining banking, powering retail, and upping the game in esports. These innovators rely on Zayo's fast, secure fiber networks to connect their offices, factories, data centers, clouds, exchanges, venues, and more, ultimately fueling innovation and transforming lives. And behind those fiber connections, Zayo is all about human connections. We take ownership in all we do. Our employees take the initiative to deliver trusted solutions to every customer and make their experience effortless. We are energetic and entrepreneurial, a partner to rely on. We are Zayo. We are working with our customers on what comes next, constantly anticipating what can be. We are fueling global innovation that is changing the world.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Thursday of Denver Startup Week. This is our first ever virtual Startup Week, and we are so excited that you could join us. My name is Lacey Hyde. I am part of the Denver Startup Week Organizing Committee. And, Denver is a place where everyone can sort of come together and celebrate our entrepreneurial spirit. So let's show the world what Denver is made of. I am going to now pass it over to Danielle to lead you in this wonderful and relaxing, amazing yoga session this morning. Danielle?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for a session that'll help you set you up for a successful day. Just a couple of quick notes before you dive into your yoga practice. One of the things that has been really exciting for us at the River Yoga has been through this time of challenge while our yoga studios were closed. We had the opportunity to be innovative, be creative, and create a new platform called the River Yoga Online. Your class today is going to be a bit of a taste of that, where you're going to get to see what it's like to be at home where you are, wherever you are in the world, like myself, with my buddy, and practice still with an instructor from one of our studios. I'll be leading a class today. You'll see this pre-recorded class, and it's really about opening up your shoulders and your hips after lots of time sitting in front of a computer. Last couple of pro tips for you. If you don't already have wireless headphones in, I would encourage you to use wireless headphones so that you can really focus just on the instruction rather than looking at your screen. We'll try to take a little bit of a screen break. And then in the chat right now, I'm going to post a playlist for you. And if you're someone who likes to practice yoga with music, then you can use that playlist just as the video starts. It's in Spotify, so you can open that up on your device, hit play, and the sound will mix in. Very last thing, I would love for you to stick around till the end of class. We have Kathleen Hooper, who is half of the duo Lady, local musicians from Denver, and she is going to sing you a sweet song in Shavasana to really set you up for a great day. So stick around till the end. There's Kathleen. Kathleen, anything you want to say about Lady before we jump into some yoga?
Thanks, Danielle. Yes, Lady is a Denver-based, Colorado-based duo, and it's spelled LVDY, and we have been huge fans of the river. So we are so happy to be a part of this. You all are in for a treat. Thank you.
Hi there, my name is Danielle. For today's practice, we are going to work on addressing all of the sitting many of us have been doing. If you're like me, you might have found yourself more than ever hunched over a computer, sitting on video calls, texting, all the things. We tend to get round in our shoulders, hold our breath when we work this way. And so today we're going to work on lengthening, strengthening in our core, and providing a bit of relief to some of the parts of your body that might feel especially tight these days. Let's go ahead and begin. For today's practice, we'll start seated. And if a comfortable seat to you is sitting with the knees out, then go ahead and begin there. If you'd prefer to sit back on your heels, that works as well. Yoga is only yoga when we pay attention to our breath. And so right where you're at in this moment, I'd like you to just draw in the deepest breath you can through your nose. Take a big exhale when you're ready, out your mouth. Same thing again, breathe in through the nose. Breathe out your mouth. Continue this breath work, really simple, right? Just breathing in and out, but bringing a deeper awareness to the length of your breaths, both the inhales and the exhales. Notice as you breathe deep, if you could sit up a little bit taller, starting to find that intentional strength in your core, perhaps the sensation of lengthening in your spine. Keep your chin lifted away from your chest and soften your gaze, or maybe you allow your eyes to close completely. We'll take 3 more deep breaths here, coming into awareness of the body, the mind, and perhaps your heart. Last breath, 1 more. On your next inhale, reach your arms up high, sweep them out wide, take up lots of space, stretch up, and then exhale, bring your elbows to cactus. Go just as low as your shoulders. 2 more times. Inhale, reach up, find length through the arms. As you exhale, pull down, feel the biceps work, feel your shoulder blades move down, find strength in the back body. Inhale, reach up. 1 more time, draw awareness to your core, front and back. Exhale, elbows wide. Inhale, reach up. And we'll take a twist. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Right hand goes behind you. Sit up nice and tall. You can use your right fingertips as a bit of leverage. Lift your chin away from your chest and take your gaze either to the side or maybe over your right shoulder. Breathe in and out. Once again, breathe in and out. Last time, get even taller through the spine, really strong through the core. And on the exhale, unwind. Come back to center. Take an inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. And exhale, find that same gentle twist here. As we hold for 3 breaths, I invite you to find this awareness in the inhale, creating length, and the exhale, inviting more depth in the posture. Breathe in. Feel the length through your spine. Lift your chin away from your chest. Gaze might be over the left shoulder. 1 more. Breathe even more full through the nose. Exhale, twist deeply. And then we unwind. Come back to center. Stretch the arms high. Ground your right fingertips to your mat or to the earth. Stretch your left arm up and over. Now, as you do, notice if you're collapsing. I want you to draw the left shoulder back. Reach up and out and create more length from your hip through the rib cage and then all the way out the arm and fingertips. Ground into your left sits bone. And then if you're dumping into your right arm, I really want you to push the earth away gently. Create more space. Breathe here. One more. Use the inhale to rise back through center. Both arms go high. And then we go to the other side. Left hand goes down. Right arm up and over. Draw the right shoulder back out of your view. Root through your right hip, right sitting bone. Notice if you're dumping into the left hand, left arm. Push the earth away. Create length on both sides of your rib cage. Stretch all the way from your right hip through the side body, out your arm and out your fingertips. Breathe. One more breath here. And come back to center. Both arms go high. Draw your hands down to your heart. We spend so much time working things out in our mind, right? So much of our everyday work involves thinking, involves living in our heads. It tends to disconnect us often from our body. So as you pause here, close your eyes, feel your breath 3 more times. And use this practice as an opportunity to reconnect, to reintegrate mind, body, and heart. Ground your hands to the earth. We'll transition to a tabletop position. Hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. We'll start with a practice called barrel rolls. And so shift your hips and your torso to the right. Arc through center like a cat posture. Exhale down the left and drop your belly as you come back to center. Inhale up, arc through the center. Exhale down on the left side, drop your belly. One more time, all the way around. And come back to center. Back to neutral tabletop position. Push the hands into the earth. Ground through your knees. Breathe. And then we'll move to the left. Shift the torso to your left. Arc through center. Drop down on the right. And back up and around. Now notice here if you can keep engagement in the core. So you're feeling your muscles, front and back sides of your torso, working. One more time around. And back down to center. Pull the belly up in a neutral tabletop position. Extend your right leg straight back behind you. Ground your toes down to the earth. Find a gentle press through your right heel and a lengthening through your hamstrings. Little rocks are just fine. One more breath. Draw the right knee in. Switch it out to the left. Left leg goes long, toes to the earth. Little rocks forward and back. Feel the stretch through your calf, maybe into your hamstring. And notice if your belly's collapsing down, I really want you to pull it up and in, keeping that core strength. Last one. Left knee draws in, back to neutral tabletop position. Cat-cows. Drop your belly, lift the heart through the arms. Exhale, press into the earth, round the spine up towards the sky. 2 more times. Good, last one. Push the earth away, push the tops of the feet down, arc into your cat spine, and see if you can really broaden. Hold here, making space between your shoulder blades. 2 more. And 1. Neutral tabletop. Tuck your toes under. Stretch back to a downward facing dog. If this doesn't work in your body for any reason, you can always come back to tabletop, or maybe you drop down to a child's pose. When you get into your down dog, if you choose to take the posture, pedal out your knees. Maybe shake your head. Maybe wag your tail. And this is an invitation to loosen up a bit here. So notice if you're clenching your jaw, maybe if you feel some pressure in your wrists, maybe an opening in your hamstrings. If anything feels uncomfortable in a way that is not a helpful sensation, for example, in your wrists, I want you to push down through your fingertips even more till the elbows hug in. It's if you're trying to hide your armpits. Okay? And then if you feel an overextension in your legs, I want you to bend the knees. Breathe. Last one. And then walk your feet to meet your hands at the top of your mat. Keep the knees bent. Every time we're in a forward fold like this, I want your knees gently bent. Take a halfway lift. Inhale, find length from the crown of your head to your tailbone. Exhale, drop your head. 2 more times. On the inhale, lift up halfway. Strong spine, strong core. Exhale, fold. 1 more time with the breath. Inhale. And fold. Take a ragdoll posture. So you might bring the feet just a little bit wider. Keep the knees bent. Hands could reach for the wrists or the elbows if you'd like. Notice if you're holding your head up, I want you to drop the crown of your head to the earth. Let it go. Can you find some sighs, some sways, a moment to really be in your body? Last 2 breaths here. And release your fingertips to the earth. Bring the feet back underneath the hips if you make them a little bit wider. Keep the knees soft. Bring your hands to your hips. And we're going to hinge to stand. So press into your feet. Feel the glutes do some work as you stand all the way up, hands to hips. Inhale, reach your arms high. Tadasana, or mountain pose. Reach up and look up. Soften the shoulders down just a bit. And then bring your fingertips down to your shoulders. From here, elbows are going to be out wide like chicken wings. Soften your knees again. I want you to roll the shoulders down. Circle them up and around. Good. 2 more times. Breathe in. And out. Feel that space between your shoulder blades. Good. 1 more time. And now we'll go the opposite direction. Circle backwards first, and then around and close it in. 2 more times. Keep the knees soft so you feel action in your legs, even as you're standing here, intentional through every bit of your body. Last one. Then you come back to neutral. Release the fingertips, reach them high. Back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Full breath in here. Forward fold. Hands can come down through heart center. Feel a hinge from your waist as you drop your head towards the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Really long and steady in your spine. Exhale, forward fold once again. Inhale, come all the way back up. Tadasana, mountain pose. Arms go high. Soften the shoulders. Exhale, cactus the elbows. Bend the knees a bit. Inhale, reach. Circle the arms around. Clasp the hands behind your back. With the hands together, push the knuckles down and lift your heart up. Keep the knees bent. Forward fold with the shoulder opener. So hands stay together. Drop your head to the earth. Stay for a breath in. Exhale, halfway lift. Release the hands. Bring the fingertips to your shins. Lift halfway. Forward fold, drop your head. This is a half sun salutation sequence I really love. Inhale, stand all the way up. It's a great practice for getting into your body, creating a little bit of openness in your shoulders and spine. Exhale, cactus elbows. Reach. Bring the arms out wide as you can. Circle them around. Opposite thumb goes on the top. Bend the knees, draw the knuckles down, lift your heart up, lift the chin up. Forward fold. Drop your head. Keep the elbows bent softly. Shoulder opener here. Stay for the breath in. Breath out. Release the hands. Halfway lift. Fingertips to shins. Long spine. Exhale, fold. Same sequence last time through. Stand all the way up. Exhale, elbows wide. Inhale, reach. Exhale, circle the arms all the way around. Clasp the hands together, bend the knees, draw the knuckles down. Forward fold, keep the hands together. Shoulder opener, drop your head. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw. Release the hands, halfway lift. Back to your forward fold, step back to a high plank pose. In your high plank, this is the top of a push-up sort of position. Be way up high on your tiptoes. Notice if you're dropping your hips down, I want you to pull them in line with your spine and then push into the earth so you round between your shoulder blades a bit. Okay? Look forward towards the top of your mat space. Deep breath in. Big exhale out. 2 more. As we strengthen our core here, it's going to help with posture, a steadiness, and strength in all of our yoga poses, but also in our daily life. Drop the knees if you need. We'll lower all the way down to the earth, all the way down. 3 times to a cobra pose. Untuck your feet. Press the tops of the toes down. Inhale to lift the chest away from your mat. Exhale, drop the head back down. 2 more times. Feel the elbows pull back. Squeeze the elbows against your sides. Release. Press the toes down even more on this last one. Exhale. Take it back down. Let's find our core strength here. Tuck your toes under. Spread the fingers wide. Push into the mat. High plank pose. Big exhale. Downward facing dog. Warm up the body here. Inhale, right leg high. Bring your right knee into your nose. Pull it in really tight. Kick and extend, right leg high. Second round, bring the right knee in. Notice if your shoulders can shift over the wrists. Kick and extend leg high. 1 more time. Knee pulls all the way in. Hold it there. And then step to a low lunge. If it takes a couple of steps, that's just fine. Drop your left knee down to the mat and lift your heart up. Untuck your back toes. 1 more breath in. Exhale, straighten your right leg. So straighten might not be completely what you do, right? You can keep your knee bent softly. Make sure that you're taking care of your body on this day. And then breathe and hold here, half splits. Sometimes we want to sit all the way down. I want you to keep your hips off your heel. So maybe slide your right heel a little bit further forward. 1 more breath in. Big exhale out. Come into a low lunge. Ground your right foot. Lift your left knee up off the earth. Bring your hands to either side of your right foot. Ground your left hand. Twist and reach your right arm high. Easy twist here. Look up towards your lifted hand or maybe just to the side. 1 more breath in. Big exhale. Return your right hand to the earth. Step back to a high plank pose. Full breath in. Exhale, we'll lower all the way down to the belly. Just 1 time here, cobra pose. Untuck your toes. Release your head. Push straight up, high plank, or maybe through all 4s if you prefer. Downward facing dog, exhale. Left side, inhale, left leg lifts. Knee to nose 3 times with the breath. Exhale out. Shift the torso forward, shoulders over wrists. Reach and extend, left leg high. 2 more times. Pull the left knee straight in. Really tuck it in tight. Kick and extend. Build a little heat. 1 more time. And extend. Step through to a low lunge. Squeezed in really tight. Ground the left foot. Drop the right knee down. Good. Lift the heart up. And lengthen your left leg long. Half splits. Remember to keep your hips off the heel. Good. And then breathe and hold. You might feel some intensity, some heat out on the outside of your left leg into your IT band. You might feel some fire in your hamstring. Right? Sitting a lot is going to shorten our hamstrings, and so we want to lengthen them back out here. 1 more breath. Low lunge. Pop your right knee up and off the earth. Tuck your toes. Ground your hands on either side of your left foot. Right hand stays down. Twist and reach. Left arm goes high. Stretch it all the way up. Gaze side or towards the left hand. Hold here. Good. Feel the legs like they want to squeeze in towards one another. 1 more breath. Release. Left hand goes down. High plank pose. Full breath in. Lower all the way down. Inhale to cobra pose. Push the tops of the feet down. Lift your heart up. Exhale. Release. Tuck the toes. Push up. Find your strength. High plank. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Take your gaze to the top of your mat and then step your feet to meet your hands. Hop if you're feeling really energetic. Inhale to a halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to chair pose or Utkatasana. So drop your hips, lift your arms up. If that feels like too much for you today, hands can always come down towards the shoulders. They could cross, or you can keep them at heart center. Sit low. Full breath in. Sit a little lower. I know you can. Make sure you can see all 10 toes. From here, take your left elbow, and I want you to point it towards the front of your mat. Okay, so hands can be together, or arms could even be open. If that feels like enough intensity for you, stay there. If you want to go further, bring your right hand to your low back. Left elbow hooks to the outside of your right knee. Now make sure your knees are still in line with one another, and perhaps you stack your palms. Push down on the left palm and deepen your twist. Let's come back to that principle of the inhale creating length and the exhale creating depth. You got one more in ya? Forward fold. Really strap your head. Shake it out a little bit. Shake your head. Shake your legs. Inhale for Utkatasana. Drop your hips. Arms go high once again. If that's too much, hands come heart center, cactus, or hands to shoulders. Hold here. Belly in. Sit a little lower. It's so much better than sitting at your desk, right? So much better. Great. If you have the arms extended, go ahead and bring them down. Right elbow will point towards the front of your mat space. That feels like enough. Stay there. You could open your arms. If you're ready to go deeper, left hand to low back. Right elbow outside of the left knee. Make sure your knees are still aligned. Squeeze the legs in towards one another. Sit low. Then bring your left hand to the right hand and twist. Inhale to create length. Exhale, find the depth. One more breath. And release forward. Fold straighten your legs. Drop your head. Shake out your knees. Inhale to a halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Drop your head once again. Inhale to Tadasana, mountain pose. Reach all the way up. A little bit of a side body stretch here. Grab the left wrist with your right hand and then arc up and over to your right. Draw the left shoulder back. Push down through your left foot. Big breath in. Breath out. The inhale takes you back to center. Reach the arms high. And then go to the other side. Left hand grabs for the right. Arc up and over. Press down through your right foot. Right elbows out of view. Rise back up to center. And take a little back bend. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Hands come down through heart center once again. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, hands to the earth, step back, high plank pose. Now this is our first opportunity for chaturanga. So for our chaturanga, we're gonna lower just halfway down. Go nice and slow. Squeeze the elbows in. Now don't rush. If you can keep the knees lifted and you're just on the palms and the tops of your feet, go to upward facing dog. Push the earth away. Get long through your spine and tuck your toes. Cobra pose is an option. Hold here, one more breath. Really push into the earth. Lengthen your arms. Now imagine your belly button is trying to push back towards your spine. We'll move from that place. Lift your hips high. Roll over the toes. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, right leg high. Good. Now notice here, as you lift your right leg, your left heel probably came along with you. So I want you to lower the left heel down a bit more. Now keep the left heel down as much as you can. Doesn't have to be flat to the earth. Squeeze the elbows in, hug your armpits, and then lift the right heel a little higher. You feel the fire? Three-legged dog. One more breath. Knee to nose. Pull it in nice and tight. Listen for the change. Right leg high. Then right knee to your right elbow. Bring it out wide. If you really want to fire it up, go halfway down in the arms. Kick the right leg high. And then cross underneath the body. Bring your right knee over to the left elbow. Same option here. You can always bend the elbows or stay with straight arms. Right leg high. Step through, low lunge. Lift the heart. This time, modified pyramid. Straighten your right leg, but keep the left knee lifted. Hold here, 2 breaths. Lunge back into your right knee. Easy twist. Left hand down, right arm high. Last breath. Release your right hand down. High plank pose. Step the feet back to meet one another. Hold for a breath in. Chaturanga once again, halfway down. Really strong here. Push the earth away. Flip your toes. Upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. But use the strength of your core. Roll over the toes. Down dog. Breathe out. Left leg high. Notice if your right heel came along with the left leg, lower the right heel down. Press into the fingertips, hug the elbows of the armpits in. Square off your hips. See if you can get the left hip just a little higher, left heel a little higher. Knee to nose, pull it in. Reach and extend, left leg high. Left knee, left elbow or to the tricep, option to bend the arms. Kick and extend, left leg high. Left knee goes underneath you, twist to your right. Option to bend the arms. Kick and extend, left leg high. Step it through, low lunge. Fingertips to the earth. Inhale, lift your heart up. Straighten your left leg. Modified pyramid pose means the right heel can stay lifted. Nose drops towards your left knee. Can you feel your left hip pull back a little bit more? Right hip works to square forward. Spine stays nice and long. We'll get deep into our hips today, especially the outer hips, right? They get really tight sitting in chairs all the time. And on your next breath, come back into the low lunge. Left knee bends, right hand grounds, twist and reach, left arm high. Now if you notice your hips dropping, I want you to keep the hips aligned. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another. Breath in. Breath out. One more. Release. Left hand goes back down. Step to the top of your mat space. Bring your right foot to meet the left. Find a halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, drop your head. Utkatasana chair pose. Bend the knees. Reach your arms high. Good. This time, in all our variations, we're going to cactus the elbows out wide. Okay? So feel your chest really open up here. Sit low. Now take your arms palms up and stretch them out wide. Be mindful of your low back. Full breath in. Sit a little lower. Exhale. Take your hands and bring them in front of you. Round your spine. Reach head forward. Inhale. Open the arms out wide. Chest goes up. 2 more times. Squeeze and round in here. Open it up. Mindful of your low back. Last one. And open up. Press into the feet. Stand all the way up. Tadasana, mountain pose. Shake out your legs if you need. Little back bend. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come down through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Long spine. Exhale, hands to the earth. High plank pose, full breath in. Option for chaturanga. You can always go straight to down dog. If you take the transition, move mindfully through up dog and take it back, downward facing dog. Knees go wide, pause for a moment, child's pose. Hips can drop to the heels, head lowers towards the earth. Arms can stay forward. Or maybe you cross the arms one on top of the other to bring the mat up to you and rest your heavy head. Pause for a moment, catch your breath, and just notice what it feels like to be in your body. This is the practice of integration, of noticing how energy moves through us when we're mindful of our breath. One more here. And then from child's pose, slowly come all the way back up to a seat. Good. Full breath in here. Bring the knees back together. Stretch the arms up high. Exhale, cactus elbows wide. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to the earth, walk forward. All fours to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under once again and lift the hips high. Full breath in. Exhale out. Inhale, right leg high. Step through low lunge this time, all the way through. Keep the left knee lifted. We'll rise to a crescent lunge. Reach up high in the arms. You can bend the left knee just a little bit. Hold here. Get really strong. Press your left hamstring like you're trying to get it to touch the space behind you. Elbows can be soft so that shoulders soften down. And notice if you're clenching your jaw. Breathe in and out. Take the arms, bring them forward like you're reaching out. Extend through the spine. Make lots of space. Keep the left leg strong, then airplane your arms back. Squeeze the triceps towards one another. Make lots of space in your shoulders. Inhale, arms high. Lift the torso high. We'll transition to a balancing pose. Full airplane pose. Arms go back. And when you're ready, left toes leave the earth to fly. Lift up even more through your heart. Feel the triceps squeeze back towards one another. Hold here. Deep breath in. Breath out. Make sure your left hip is in line with the right. Feel the heat in your in your right outer hip. And then really nice and steady, draw the left knee in. We'll come up to stand one leg, Tadasana. Soften your right knee. Bring the left knee just to waist height. And then flex at your ankle. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. We'll sit low for a figure 4 stretch. Balance here. Lift the chest up even more. Full breath in. Easy breath out. Inhale, stand all the way back up into your one-leg Tadasana. Mindful in your transition. We'll move back through that same airplane posture. Left foot kicks back, arms squeeze by your sides. Ground the left toes and open to a warrior 2. Settle in, bend the right knee. Get long through your stance. Soften through your shoulders. Maybe you turn your palms up and you bend your elbows a bit. Take your gaze over your right fingertips. Hold, easy breath in. Breath out. Reverse your warrior. Take your left hand down. Reach your right arm high. You can stretch towards the space behind you. Lunge even lower into your right knee. One more breath here. Straighten your right leg. Tick-tock forward so the right hand goes down. Left arm goes high for a triangle pose. Now notice here if you can keep both sides of your ribs long and aiming towards the long edge of your mat. Arms extend out. You never have to touch the floor. One more breath. Bend back into your right knee. And then we'll bring both hands to the inside of your right foot. Runner's lunge. Left knee can stay lifted here. Maybe find a little rock forward and back. On your next exhale, go ahead and bring your left knee down and get into your hips. If this feels like a good amount of intensity for your body, stay exactly as you are. If you want to take it into the right hip a little more, you might bring your right elbow to the right knee and give just a little bit of a push to the right knee. Strong through your core. And if you want to take it even further, bend your left knee. Right hand can come around and take a hamstring stretch. This can also be done with your left elbow to the earth. Breathe. 2. Last one, long breath in. Easy breath out. Any of those variations will release. We'll come back into our runner's lunge. Lift your left knee up. Step back for a high plank pose. You can always drop your knees if you're getting tired. Hold for a breath in. Lower halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, heart up. And exhale, take it back. Downward facing dog. Hips go high, legs go long. Shake out your head. Breathe in and out. Left leg high. Remember to keep the right heel low. Step it through. Low lunge. Right knee stays lifted. Inhale. Heart lifts up. Rise all the way up to a crescent lunge. Arms reach. Feel the inner thighs squeezing towards one another. Belly in. Good. Soften your right knee a bit if you need to. Make sure your torso is long. Airplane the arms back behind you. Feel the triceps squeeze. Extend as long as you can over the left knee. Right leg pushes back towards the wall behind you. Inhale, back up through your crescent lunge. And we fly. When you're ready, right toes lift up and away from the earth. Chest lifts up. Squeeze your triceps in even more. Good. Soften your left knee, level your hips, and get long as you can through the back body. Chest goes up. Breathe in. Slow and steady. One leg Tadasana. Draw the knee in. Reach your arms up high. Cross the ankle over your knee and sit low. Now if you're dropping forward, I want you to pull the shoulders back even more. Long through your spine. Sit low through your hips. Breathe in. Feels so good, right? Make sure you're still breathing easy. Push into the left foot. Lift the right knee. One leg Tadasana. Through to your airplane pose. Kick the right foot behind you. Squeeze the triceps in. Ground through your right toes. Open warrior two pose. Settle in nice and strong. Good. Maybe you turn your palms up, then the elbows. Hold here. Make sure that your torso is balanced directly over your pelvis, right? So you're not leaning forward, not leaning back, but steady and present here. Reverse your warrior. Right hand goes down, left arm reaches high, lunge low into the left knee, reach back behind you, create length between the bottom rib and the top of your pelvis. From here, straighten out the left leg, tick-tock forward, left hand down, right arm high. Breathe, triangle pose. Last two. And one. Lunge into your left knee again. This time hands come down to the inside of your left foot. Runner's lunge. Pop your right heel up. You might widen your left foot out a little bit. Stay here for a moment with the right knee lifted. And on your next exhale, ground your right knee to the earth. Same options here. This might be where you stay. This might feel just like what is of benefit to your body today. If you want to try on something else, untuck your back toes, bring the left elbow to the left knee and find a little bit of a rotation through your torso. Breathe there. If you did so on the other side and you'd like a quad stretch, bend your right heel in, take the left hand back. Drop low in the hips, open through your chest. Two more. Last one. If you have the foot or another variation, release. Ground your left foot. Hands come down to the earth. Step back. High plank pose. Hold for a full breath in. As you exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. All the way down. Your arms will come straight out from your shoulders like the letter T. And then from here, bring your left fingertips up to like a little tent. Lift your left foot, step it behind the right, and roll onto the front side of your right shoulder. So this is really similar to a stretch that maybe you do sometimes at the wall, right? Arms back behind you, and you're rolling onto the shoulder. Breathe in here. I don't know any grown-up in the world that doesn't have tight shoulders. Two more. Enjoy it. Relax into it. Let your breath be easy. And release back down to your belly. Extend your left arm out. And we'll go to the other side. This time, right fingertips tent. Right foot lifts back behind you. Roll over your left hip onto the front side of left shoulder. Ground your head. And breathe. Can you find a moment for stillness? Find a moment to pause. 2 more breaths. Last one. Gently make your way back onto your belly. And push back to a child's pose. Hips go all the way back to your heels. Stretch the head forward, arms go long. Exhale out. Walk your hands in nice and slow. Come all the way up to a seat. Slide your hips off to the right. Swing your feet around in front of you. And we'll find our way to Navasana, boat pose. Okay, so really good for your posture when we strengthen your core, and also good tip for if you're feeling anxious, and who doesn't have a bit of anxiety these days, right? So we'll sit up nice and tall first. Hands can come to your hamstrings. Full breath in. Big exhale out. If this feels like a good place for you to stay here. Or you can lift your feet up and off the earth. If you find rounding in your spine, that's what we want to avoid, right? We want our chest to go forward. We don't want that computer spine. Flex at your ankles, strengthen your legs, maybe float your hands. Sit up nice and tall. We'll count down from 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend to a half boat, halfway down. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7. Pull the low belly in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest all the way down to the mat. Ground your feet. Bring your hands down by your side, and then we'll bring our knees up to a 90-degree bend. Hands can stay here by your sides if that feels like a helpful place for you to be, or you can bring your hands behind your head. Now, 2 variations. If hands are here, you can just practice extending the legs one at a time. Try not to bring the knee in closer than your hips, or you can go to a full bicycle, right to left, left to right, side to side with your breath. Keep it going. Strengthening our core, working out that anxiety, and being strong and connected to our body and our breath. Last 2 each side. Last one. And release down. Extend your legs straight up towards the ceiling. Bend your knees a little bit. Hands come down by your sides. Hold for breath in. Slowly lower your right heel towards the earth. Keep the left leg lifted. Before you touch, hold it there. Hover. 3, 2, 1. Slowly lift your right leg. Use all of your control. Feet back together. Left heel drops. Really nice and slow. Lower down, lower down, lower down till you almost touch the earth. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1. Left leg lifts with control. Both legs will lower together. Slow, slow, slow. Feel the inner thigh squeeze. Slow, slow, slow. Hold there. 3, 2, 1. Legs go high. Back to the right side. Lower the right leg. 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. Other side. Left toe comes almost to the earth. 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. Squeeze the legs together. Squeeze the ankles together. Lower down. Really slow. Slower than you want to. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Lift it on up. We've got one more round to that same sequence. Really getting into the strength of our core. Lower the right heel down. Good, building that awareness so that we can sit up tall in our seats while we're working, aware of our breath. Right leg goes back up. Left side down, you got it. 3, 2, 1. Lift it up. Last time here. Both legs lower down. Hover them, hover them, hover them. 3, 2, 1. Lift them all the way back up. Hold there. Full breath in. Full breath out. Pull the knees into your chest. Find a nice little rock and roll. Side to side, front to back. Good, and from here, ground the feet back down to the earth. We'll take a bridge pose. Reach down towards your heels. Make sure your knees are as wide as your hips, chin away from your chest. And then push into the feet to lift your hips away from the earth. Hold steady here. Push down even more. 2 more breaths. You can do it. Squeeze the knees in. Last one, long inhale. And long exhale. Lower the hips all the way back down to the earth. Second back bend, you can do another bridge, or if you'd like full wheel, hands come up next to your ears, fingertips come in towards your shoulders. Make sure your feet ground heavy into the earth. And on the inhale, lift up, push into the hands, lift the hips up, press the heart space back behind you. This is a really big energizing pose to get you into the rest of your day. 3 more breaths. Hold here. Press into the feet. Keep the knees parallel. 1 more breath. And then tuck your chin and slowly lower all the way back down to your mat. Release the hands from your sides or from next to your heads. And then let the knees fall side to side. Full exhales. Come back to center, cross your right ankle over your left knee, just like we did standing. This is a figure 4 stretch. Nice alternative to pigeon pose. Reach down through your legs, grab a hold of the left hamstring, push the right knee away with the right elbow. Maybe find a little rock. If your tailbone is way up off the earth, I want you to lower it down. It might mean you don't push into the knee as much. That's just fine. Close your eyes. Breathe easy here. Last one. Uncross your right ankle from your left knee. Extend your left leg high and then cross left ankle over right knee. Draw the right knee in and use the left elbow to widen your left knee out to the side. Maybe find a little rock. Keep your right foot flexed. And slow your breath down. Last one. Uncross your left ankle from your right knee. Extend both legs high. Shake out your legs, maybe roll your ankles, right? These can be big, huge shakes. Get your energy moving. 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knees. And either grab for the knees or reach down for the feet. And we'll take a happy baby pose. Try to keep your sternum on the earth. Go back on the earth. Little rock side to side. Begin to really soften here. Our body benefits so much from movement, and our minds benefit from stillness. Bring the heels back in, or the knees back in. From here, hold the right knee, extend your left leg long, and we'll take a twist. Supine twist, right knee over the left side. Knee doesn't have to touch the earth. Right shoulder stays grounded. Extend your arms out wide and take your gaze towards the right fingertips. Notice where your mind is at. Begin to move towards stillness. The breath is the best tool that we've got for self-regulation and for helping us create more mindfulness of being in the present moment. And so right here, right now, that is your chance to use the breath to feel your body, to be with the sensations, and to slow the mind down the way you can slow your breath down. Last inhale, exhale to hold here. If and when you're ready, we'll rotate over to the other side. Left knee pulls in, right leg extends long, And then supine twist, left knee over the body to the right. Keep the left shoulder down, gaze goes to your left. Exhale. Left shoulder stays grounded, twist, wring out last bits of stuck energy. Slow breath. Easy mind. One more breath in and out here. And then come back into center. If there are any other postures that your body is just craving right now that would make this practice truly your own, you always have the opportunity to add in what you need. As you complete movement, we'll make our way into the most wonderful, but often the most challenging posture of all. Now, I know that you might be thinking about turning off your screen. You might be done with the class. For today, please give your mind, your body, and your heart the opportunity to rest for at least a few moments. Allow your body to lay heavy to the earth. You can turn your palms up. Let your feet fall out wide. Feel your shoulder blades hug towards one another just a bit. Elevate your heart space. Lift your chin away from your chest. Notice the places where you're still hanging on tight. You might be clenching in your jaw. Soften through your jaw. Close your eyes and allow the eyeballs to feel like they're sinking back into your sockets. And most important, be easy in your breath. I encourage you to breathe in through your nose and to let your exhales be gentle through barely parted lips. To calm your mind, you might visualize breathing in and breathing out, making the flame of a candle flicker but not go out. That same kind of breath awareness in through the nose, gently through barely parted lips. And for today, my friends, I will leave you here. Enjoy, rest easy, and thank you.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. You imagine there's no country. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religions too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. Brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you, River.
Thank you all. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you, Kathleen from Lady, for joining us to close us out today with that beautiful song. Thank you to Denver Startup Week. And if you missed it in the comments because you're taking it nice and easy, taking it all in, be sure to comment your email over there. And we're going to send you a code for a month of access to online classes with the River Yoga. You can look for classes from all sorts of different teachers, lots of different styles, meditations, tutorials, etc. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy Denver Startup Week, and hope to see you soon.